Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Port Hueneme, California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Got the stunner shades on.
Yeah, so I got my fucked up eye again. Eyes a little jacked up, looking like Andy Ruther Vanilla Sky era.
What'd you do?
I think I might have a sty on the inside of my eyelid, so it's been sealed closed all morning. So yeah. Feel like instead of squinting with the sun here in my eye the whole day, looking like a fucking pirate. Just rock some shades.
Hey, just embrace it, man. Be weird eye gang like me.
Yeah, it's not really about the look. It's about the feeling for me. Not worried about looking bad.
Yeah. I mean, I still like if I get too stoned, I turn into One-Eyed Willie.
It still droops on you?
Oh yeah, big time.
Wow.
Like if I get or nervous, like if I have like anxious energy, it'll show up.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah. I actually it'll start squinting. I was dating a girl that I dated back in the day. I was like, how do I get out of this? You know who it is, up north, the Bay.
Okay.
The eye was getting squinty, and I was like, because I think there was like nerves of like, where's this going? Let's figure out an end game here. And then the minute like I broke it off, like the next day, I just went back to normal.
Yeah. So stress related.
100%.
I mean, it's TMS, bro. It's totally mine. This is absolutely stress related, no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, for sure. That stuff is by the way, speaking of TMS, I had it flare up like
I'm listening. I've got the headphones up.
Yeah, all good. My back flared up. I don't know, like a couple months ago. And I was like, TMS, and it was your classic, like if you looked at Healing Back Pain in Sarno's book, it was like went down to pick up Molly and it just threw it out. And I was like, no, I'm fighting through. And I mean, Brittany's family thinks I'm insane. I like dropped her off and they're like, dude, what is up with your back? And I was like, it's nothing. It's stress. It's mental. And then she ended up telling me, she's like, my dad, you were like taught, like you didn't want to fully talk about it because you knew people think you're crazy, but you did enough that like my dad thinks you're nuts.
Yeah.
Like that you're like, what do you mean there's nothing wrong with you? Like your back's in a lot of pain. I was like, yeah, it doesn't mean it's actually, the pain is real. It doesn't mean there's anything physiologically wrong with me.
Yeah. It's like, you're nuts. Well, thanks, guy from Kentucky, but this doctor from Columbia disagrees with you.
My guy. Yeah. And sure enough, not even 48 hours later, I mean, dude, the mind body stuff, not just the back, like you're saying, whatever it is, it's neck,
recurring pain, anything recurring. It's not like I got something in my eye. It's not like, you picked up your daughter. I mean, come on. Like there's guys out there who are throwing fucking concrete bags into the back of trucks all day that aren't like, my sciatica. Like
100%.
So yeah. No, dude, but listen, watch the new Jay Moore episode on Tuesday. We have Joe List on, and it's from Jay's new studio in his house, which essentially I was wholly responsible for putting together and building, and all last week it was just like, dude, if Joe List, he's here in from New York, and like, what if we hit record and the shit doesn't work, and Jay spent all this money out. Like, it was just like a ton of stress, like all on like, what if it doesn't fucking work? And you know, sitting there the whole time recording with Jay and Joe and fucking feeling some weird shit in my eye. I was like, oh, you got TMS, bro.
And I think that's why he, you know, in the book, it's for sure for me. That's why he recommends the exercise. Like, at least for me, like if I have that going, and again, he says it's painful, like fight through it. Doesn't matter what it is, just some sort of exercise for me to like relieve that pent up, that just whatever it is going on.
It was literally, we recorded on, I guess this would be Monday now. I think we recorded on Monday or Tuesday. Monday. Yeah, we recorded on Monday. And Tuesday, I was like, I don't care if the ocean is filled with sharks. I don't care if there's 200 sharks in the ocean. I'm going surfing today. I was like, the boy needs the boy needs to leave his phone in the car and get a little saltwater recovery.
Well, that's my thing, is like, that's definitely a thing I always preach at home, which like, I always tell like Brittany, I was like, what is your thing? Like when you stress, I said, you already know. You'll look at me and you'll say, dude, go for a run. Like, go for a walk. Like it's exercise. I was like, everybody needs, for you, you're talking about surfing. I was like, everybody needs a thing where they can just, and again, usually something physical to just.
Oh, listen, my wife does her hot yoga, and she's collapsed in hot yoga a few times recently. She has a heart condition, and so she's not doing hot yoga now. And all of a sudden, everything's like going. And I was like, you need to like find a substitution, because you don't have that outlet, and now you're freaking out. I was like, sitting in the house all day because she works from remote. I was like, every day you need to like take the dogs for a walk, or just walk down to the beach or something. If you're not going to do yoga, you need something. And if everybody thinks we're insane, anybody listening thinks we're insane, The Mind Body Prescription by Dr. John Sarno. Get it, read it with an open mind. It'll change your life.
I don't care. People can say insane. Like, I think it's every year this stuff is more and more accepted. That people are more open to it. Like all this stuff. I don't know how you like. I don't know how you couldn't, to be honest, at this point. It doesn't sound crazy that stress would build up and then cause some sort of physical damage or aggression to your body. Like, that's not a crazy.
Well, it's amazing how long, you know, back. There's a reason that he wrote a back book, because the back is a big thing, but it's crazy how long the human population was just like, every once in a while my back flares up and it hurts, but then it stops randomly, and then it starts randomly, and then it stops randomly. And it's like, do you have a spinal injury that you need to address?
Sure.
No, because it goes away. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a sound medical diagnosis. The comings and goings of your spinal injury. That it's insane. And, you know, the same thing. I mean, if you read the book, like styes, breakouts, shingles, like rashes, back injuries, tendonitis, like a lot of these things. You know, your shoulder hurting after you pitch 200 pitches in a baseball game is normal.
Yeah.
Your shoulder just starting to hurt. The other day I reached for something in the top shelf, and then my shoulder's been hurting ever since. I slept weird. Homeless people sleep on concrete. Homeless people in Venice sleep upside down off of light poles like bats. You think anybody's walking around going, oh, my bed, I've slept weird. The sidewalk was a little lumpy yesterday.
That's probably one of my favorite pulls from that book is him bringing that to light. The whole, I slept weird. My neck's hurting today. Yeah. What? You laid on a pillow in a bed and that was weird?
Yeah.
You do that every night, 365 days a year? Suddenly your neck hurts? Yeah, that doesn't add up. This is actually a good segue for everyone living in my area. The stress of being a Cincinnati sports fan.
Yeah. Hey, what's your theory here? Joe Burrow, TMS?
I don't have a theory, but what I was
Dr. John Sarno would rise from the grave and be like, no, it's definitely his offensive line. This dude is fucking.
No, what I was
Some
trying to
things
get
are not.
just between the Reds and the Bengals. I've made this argument, and I don't think enough people have I've made the argument with a city with 2 professional sports teams. Like, I don't know who's worse than Cincinnati the last 30 years. I don't. Again, minimum 2 professional sports teams. You have arguably 2 of the worst owners. A lot of nepo baby stuff going on within ownership of, giving positions to their children. The success or lack thereof on the field. I'm telling you, and it was highlighted. I couldn't stop laughing. It was highlighted by the Bengals losing 28-3 on Monday Night Football, and then the Reds just getting their ass whooped in 2 games. Which that first game, Hunter Green gets just shellacked, and they're down 8-0 before basically it even starts, like the 4th, 5th inning. But my point is this: I saw this.
I'm just gonna throw it out there because I'm trying to think.
Who's worse?
Charlotte? But they also have is a hockey team?
No, hockey's Raleigh.
Okay, but they're Carolina, and everybody's Carolina down there, except for Charlotte, obviously. But
so you'd be looking at the Hornets.
I mean, the Hornets are the Hornets / Bobcats are one of the worst franchises in professional sports history.
That's true. The last 30 years.
And then the Panthers have a Super Bowl appearance that they lost. The Bengals have a Super Bowl appearance. Right. They have a second one. Yeah, if you go back to
But yeah, like
it's the scattered Super Bowl losses isn't exactly getting you into
well that's a good one. That's a good one. I saw this. This is wild. I saw this tweet the other day. Have you won a playoff game? Did you see this? Have you won a playoff game in front of your home fans since Princess Diana
died? It's a wild one.
28 years ago. The only ones who've not seen a home playoff win. The Reds have never seen a home playoff. They've won a few games on the road, but not at home. It's the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Reds, and I believe is that last one the Seattle Kraken?
Yeah. No, I think that might be the Utah Mammoths or whatever they are.
Or is that the Mammoth?
Yeah, that's the
No,
Utah.
it is. The Kraken's on here.
Yeah. I was going to say, Kraken won some games.
So the only pro teams, again, from the major sports, the 4 major sports, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, there's only 3 teams who have not seen a home play. Think about this, guys. A home playoff win. The Browns, the Reds, and the new Utah team. And the Reds are the only baseball team on there.
And we were just talking about Justin Wood before the show started, and we'll talk about it again. But wild for drunk Justin Wood to have made this meme with look at the right.
but that's my point. Like the state, we talk about like back pain, and that's kind of my argument of like, guys, don't get so vested. And I know I got in a whole discussion with my buddy about it, and he's like, it's good for the city. I go, dude, no one's denying. I go, my argument on all these teams is now some try and fail, but when they don't try, I don't, whether you're a restaurant or a football team.
You've gone full Yoda on me now. Those who try. What are you trying to say here?
Like, if you don't try,
there is no try.
I don't care. But like, I'm not going to be vested emotionally if you don't care about me. The same way I'm not going to be vested in name any company if you don't care about me. But I kind of want to pull up these texts because this is, I would call this.
Let me ask you something before we get to Justin, because I feel like this is the answer for Justin. Does everybody in Cincinnati right now, is it an immediate, is the life raft Ohio State football? Is that just like the immediate life
That's
raft?
so funny you say that. That's where Justin went.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I mean, I know Justin's a big Ohio State football guy, so I was wondering if that's like an Ohio thing. I mean, when you look at that meme, even same thing with Cleveland. Cleveland's obviously really bad. I'm just assuming Ohio
is a state, yeah,
as a state, just like immediately jumps on the college team.
But see, you know, the fans here, it's like my brother and I always discuss, they miss the mark because they always say, you know, now, of course, everyone will not shut up about Taylor or their de facto GM named Duke Tobin. Or I was like, you guys are still missing. And I told us to Justin, I said, I've been the most critical of Zach Taylor basically since day one. I said, it doesn't matter if you get the best coach ever. You still got the owner, man. Like there's only so much the coach can do. But this is what Justin texted me because I sent him something. I sent him something the other day, a wild stat. It's most big plays since 2022. So going back to one of the Bengals' good seasons, and it basically computed most big plays, which was a rush of 10 plus yards, a reception of 20 plus yards. I was actually shocked by this. The Bengals have the least amount of big plays going back through 2022
of any team,
the entire NFL.
That's crazy because I don't think I've ever seen a Giants pass completed for 20 yards since 2022.
You guys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're 24th. Yeah. So you're still way ahead of the Bengals. So I sent Justin that, and he wrote me back, I've never been this checked out of a season in maybe my whole Bengals fandom. You know how bad the Bengals were in the 90s. Like I was like, the whole fandom, and he said the whole offseason was a waste of excitement. He said, even in the Klingler Kitna eras, I would at least watch in hopes of them just maybe winning a game. And if they didn't, no big deal. But this season is different.
Well, there is certainly, you know, there's when your team is shit and you know it, and they're bad, like, you know, that's
I think he's saying that there was the hype. There was the
yeah. I mean, that's sort of how I'm in the other pool. I'm in the old pool of where Justin once existed with the Giants right now. Right now, it's like, I don't expect to win any games. I don't expect to win the Saints game, but you've got Dart. You've got things that you've got to figure out. Okay, what is this team? What's the future of this team look like? So you're watching these games just going, can we win a game? Can this guy do this without the expectation? As opposed to years when you expect to win. Like if the Giants win 7 games this year, it'll be like, cool. We're it's all is not lost. We have a quarterback who comes in at 0-3 and wins 7 games down the stretch, and he's the future, and we're fine.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you win 7 games when you're expected to be competing for a playoff spot, and you want to kill yourself because there's nothing worse than winning 7 games.
Yeah, he said the Ohio State thing, and then he said, I'll still cheer for the Bengals. But no more, this is a huge one, no more buying jerseys or anything that goes to help the team.
Whoa.
Until it changes.
Now I wonder if all, you know, Pro Bowl jerseys, I wonder if those do those somehow make their way back to the Brown family. Also, by the way, Justin, you buy all your jerseys from China, so I don't think any of that money gets to the Bengals.
Yeah, that's true.
Not telling him to go out there and get his, you know, his whoever jersey. Whoever on, yeah, you know, on the Bengals.
Well, you know what it is. It's I think I know what's going through his head again, is to kind of bring it to all sports fans. I think, again, think about it. He made a $200 bet with me. Like, up until week 1, probably even through until Burrow got hurt, right? He's thinking, we can win the division. We can win the division. And now you see back-to-back games, which they lose a combined 76-13, which here's another wild Cincinnati Bengals stat. For as bad as they were all those years, That's the worst point differential in back-to-back games in team history.
That's nuts. That's nuts. The other thing that's crazy is you go into the season with hopes of winning the division. Can you imagine? Imagine what kind of action you could have gotten from Bengals fans on your division bet if you said, I will bet you the Bengals don't win the division and the Ravens will be 1-3.
Oh my God.
If you told Bengals fans a month ago that, hey, I have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you what's going to happen to the Bengals, but I can tell you that the Ravens will be 1-3. You could have gotten Justin for $2,000.
Oh yeah. I don't think anybody saw the Ravens 1-3 start.
It's that's the shitty part. If you're a Bengals fan right now, the division is for the taking.
They're still going to win it. Mark my words. Mark it down.
Well, I'm saying
the Ravens are still going to win it.
You would love your chances. The Ravens could very well win it because the Bengals are out of it. The Browns are out of it. So you got the Steelers and a 40-whatever-year-old Aaron Rodgers between the Ravens and the division. But listen, we've covered it on the show plenty, and I was talking to somebody the other day about it. It's just like to build this team the way you did in 2025 with everything that everybody knows about football is insane. It's insane to say the whole NFL knows that you build a team this way now. We're going to do it the old way. We're going to get a quarterback, 2 great receivers, fuck our offensive line. Who cares about running the ball? It doesn't matter if we can't play defense. This is going to be great.
Well, I would counter that with, I fully agree. As a guy who grew up here and lives here now, I would counter that with, they just don't care. And the ownership basically says, all the idiots out there, which is most of the fans, as you know, for every local fan base, is like, oh my God, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Whereas like me, like I brought it back to Justin in our text. I said, Justin, you should have seen the looks on Bengals fans' faces when I went to that Steelers-Bengals game last November at the tailgate. And I straight up said, they got to get rid of one of these guys right now.
But you're saying the
that's
fans
my point.
Don't care, or the
no. My argument is the fans thought I was nuts.
Yeah, because fans are stupid.
But that's my point. That's my point. Is that I said, look, man. At that point in the year, I don't even know what the record was. I said they're not winning with these 3 as far as on offense. I said you have to trade one of these guys because they're at their highest value. Oh, you're an idiot, Ruther, and blah. Why would you? And I said, this is why they're never going to win. Because
so we've covered this. And I've talked about it, and I haven't coined a phrase for it yet, but the fantasy footballization of the NFL football fan. In the last 20 years, NFL fans have gone from like being dumb to being dumb, but only following the game through the stats that they show you. So no one fucking cares about your offensive line because you can't draft an offensive line. If the NFL was smart, they would literally pay these fucking fantasy leagues to be like, oh, also, if you draft an offensive line, they can get you points for no sacks and rushing yards and whatever. But then again, also the NFL doesn't care because they don't sell fucking jerseys of offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Moving on. My point is the fantasy footballization of the NFL fan in the last 20 years. People are dumb. They're all they care about is their prop parlays and their fantasy football lineups. They know nothing about the game. And so that's what you get. People go, who's going to stop us? We got 3 great receivers and a fucking quarterback and whatever. And it's like, your quarterback's body is going to stop you because you don't have an offensive line. Now, that being said, what's hilarious is if the ownership didn't care. Let's say the ownership just like, we don't give a fuck about the fans. It's easier to not give a fuck about your fans and build a good team than it is the reverse, because you can go, we're letting the stars go. And you can build a good team by taking that money and spreading it out to players that don't have big names.
Yeah.
But that pisses off your fan base because the fan base is stupid.
True. That's true.
So I would argue that they maybe care what their fans think too much.
Okay. That's an interesting counter.
Now, I think that the ownership is still dumb because what they should care about is their players and their team and not their fans. Their players are walking across city streets to go practice in a fucking tent bubble because they're like, well, we don't have any money for that because we had to give their fans their 2 wide receivers and their quarterback and their whatever.
Did you watch last night's game?
Yeah.
I mean this to kind of bring that into it. It's like it's so funny. We talk about just like the Bengals are like next level bad, unwatchable. That Monday Night Football game. The amount of highlights were so funny where guys weren't even getting blocked. It was insane. You look at the Niners last night, backup quarter, same situation, right? But worse, backup quarterback down all their wide receivers. Basically, you get Christian McCaffrey. The offense doesn't miss a fucking beat. It's like that's how you put together a team. To the point, and I'm sure you and I figured we'd have this discussion today. To the point that you're like, why did you guys pay Brock Purdy? I mean, we said it. It's like, what is Mac Jones 3-0 this year as a starter?
Quarterback controversy when Brock Purdy's healthy.
I mean, they talked about it last night.
This goes back to the thing that I've been saying the last few weeks on this show about how scheme-based the NFL is in terms of success now. Kyle Shanahan, great example of one of the first people to come into the league and start doing that. And it's like, look at the guys who have now gone through there, been good, moved on. Like Jimmy G, is he in the league? Like,
is he still Rams backup? He was last year.
Yeah, we talked about this already. Yeah, he might be. But like, and the same thing goes for McVay, and the same thing goes with being so scheme-based that your success comes from your scheme and not necessarily your talent. And I'll say this about the fantasy footballization of NFL fans. I think Puka Nacua is incredible. He's a great player. But we're fucking how many years removed now? 3 years removed from them. What was that? I'm fucking blanking on his name. That's how
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp's the best receiver in the NFL. Cooper Kupp's the Trevor. They were like, bye. And now everybody's in, and everybody's like, Puka Nacua might be the best receiver in football. Is he? Or is he on the fucking Rams, dude? Like, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
He's great. Don't get me wrong. And they saw value in him, and they are great at seeing great players that are going unnoticed by lesser teams. But also 4 years from now, when Puka Nacua signs a $40 million a year contract for the Titans, I'm selling.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's like that game last night. They just out the gate 14. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's Jimmy G or Brock Purdy or Mac Jones.
Dude, Mac Jones took a hit in overtime on the third down play before they kicked the field goal. Where did you see this?
Yeah,
his pants were down. His jersey was. I was like, Mac Jones is an NFL player who can't find a single article of his uniform to fit. He washed out in fucking New England and Jacksonville, and then he shows up with a mismatched uniform, and he's 3-0 for the Niners. It was like, hey, bro, so here's the thing. We have a uniform set aside for a backup, but like, we're just going to put your name on the back. It's a large. We hope large works for you. He's like, I'm more of a medium. or like a medium. They're like, it's extra large. You'll make do. And he goes in there and his fucking pants, he's literally pulling his pants up and his shirt's off and whatever. And then after the game, he's like, coach just told me to sling it, so I did. Let it fly. Also, when he said let it fly, he meant let it fly to the only receiver that I give you in each play that you're allowed to throw it to, because the entire thing is schemed for fucking Jimmy G or Brock Purdy, who for some reason, again, they overpay. It's insane. We talked about it on this show as
he was the
Brock
test.
Purdy should be the guy.
Yeah, he was the test.
Brock Purdy should be the first one. Now, Joe Prano was out here saying Russell Wilson should be the first one fucking 10 years ago. But I was like, we have now reached the point where everyone else has joined me in the Galaxy Brain Club, and Brock Purdy should be the first guy. And even then, the Niners don't do it. And listen, this is, again, caring about your fans and caring about whatever, or just being scared, being scared. What if it doesn't work?
Yeah. I know. They got to have some buyer's remorse right now.
And by the way, Brock Purdy might be better than Mac Jones.
Yeah,
certainly
exactly.
Is. Probably, But is anybody shocked?
Well, it's like this. When you
and Brock Purdy's not 45 times better than Mac Jones, but he's probably getting paid 45 times the money.
Let me make this analogy. Classic Ruther one here. I'll do a food one. I am like big in the food app game at this point. We talked about it on the show. I've talked about it all the time. Like I'm big in the food app game. Like,
meaning what?
Meaning like,
Uber Eats?
No, the deals that like a company will give. Like McDonald's.
Okay.
Like
got it. Rewards
apps.
Yeah,
that's what I should say. The rewards apps for brands. So like, and I talked about this on the Andy Ruther podcast, and I was like, there's a good local chain here. There's like 5 of them in Greater Cincinnati. They weren't offering me anything. They're good. Obviously, again, a local store. It's like there's nothing. And it's more expensive, obviously, again, because they're not a large company. But I was sick of spending all this money because Friday pizza has kind of turned into a thing with my family. Like I pick up pizza, everybody loves it. We like fucking have it after we get the girls, blah, blah, blah. So there's a Domino's bias, right? I couldn't tell you last time I had Domino's. And I pick it up about a month ago. And Brittany and I were both like, oh, and I know different locations are going to have like a varied experience as far as the food quality. But we were like pleasantly shocked, right? And again, I got basically 2 adults. You guys are going to love us. Dirtballs will love us. I'm going to call it back. They got the medium pizza deal, which is great when you have me, a chick who doesn't eat as much, Brittany, and then you have Isla, who's 2. So 2 medium pizzas for $6 each is basically, I'm going to have tons of leftover for me to snack on. We were both kind of putting the value on it. This is what I do with quarterbacks, right? We were saying, compared to our local chain called Mio's, we're like, it's about 85-90% of the quality we felt, but way cheaper, and I get rewards. So like,
and how much cheaper are we talking?
A shit ton cheaper.
Half
for way more food.
How about this, Andy? I mean, this is a great comparison, right? Brock Purdy and Mac Jones is your rewards thing. Here's the only problem with your comparison. Brock Purdy makes 35 times what Mac Jones makes. I just did the math. Brock Purdy gets $41.1 million this year. Mac Jones gets $1.17 million as a base salary. He gets 35 times.
Damn.
Can you imagine if you went to your pizza spot, Mio's, and they were like, oh, the thing is $41. And then you went to your rewards place and they were like, your price is $1.17. You'd be like, yo, I am buying pizza for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Again, this isn't shitting on Brock Purdy.
No, it's not. It's all it's saying
because Brock
is
Purdy's not the most overpaid quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And some teams need a guy like Brock Purdy because their scheme fucking sucks. And your Bengals, for example, if you take your 40 whatever $million quarterback and lose him, you are now done for the year, and your biggest fans will now be exclusively turning into college football, and it's over. The Niners are not that team. And I would argue if you're a good franchise in the NFL, you're not that team.
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, it doesn't matter like on a franchise like the Bengals. It's like it doesn't matter if you change. I guess it would help if you did have a good scheming coach, but you have to get the players for that scheme, right? Like the Niners, the Rams, the Eagles. It's like these teams, like you said, the Chiefs, it's like they know how to build the Bills. And it starts in the front. It starts in the trenches on both sides of the ball, basically. It really does. And everything else is just laughable. Like when you are trying to build a championship team and you don't care about those things. I do have to ask, because I was watching that game Monday night, and I was thinking, so again, back to back, just ass whoopings, like where the Bengals don't have a shot. And I was shocked because you straight up asked me, you're like, do you think they have? I was like, yeah, they have a shot at beating the Broncos. Now I'm like in one of those, I don't know what to make the rest of the year. I don't know if you saw, the Bengals are the biggest point spread this entire week is the Bengals. And they're at home against the Lions, which is 10.5. So it's like, I'm watching that game Monday and I'm going, what's going on in Burrow's head? Because he's home. So he's watched just back to back again, the worst 2 consecutive losses in team history. Is his ego saying this wouldn't happen under my watch? Or is he saying, fuck, man,
Well,
this roster sucks?
Here's the thing. And I like Joe Burrow as a player. I don't know Joe Burrow as a person. The Joe Burrow campaign to get all his receivers paid makes me think the former.
I agree.
Because if you were like, God damn, we need to be fucking better in the trenches and we need a better defense. And if we're just like running the ball and then we have a bunch of loose end receivers and you give me Jamar Chase, we can win the fucking Super Bowl. Then he might be thinking like, God damn. But he was like, pay everybody. How about my tight end? Let me get a receiver and a second receiver and a tight end, and I'll put up gaudy numbers. And who cares if I miss 8 games a season? I have a Batmobile.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Now he's Joe Burr because he's icing some part of his body every single day.
Oh, that's a good one. That's so true. I know. It's crazy. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I bet his ego is like, my same exact thought was he wanted to pay both receivers. He wanted to pay Mike fucking Gesicki. He wanted all these guys to get paid, knowing the line is just dog shit year after year.
Listen, there's not a ton of GMs that are former NFL players, and there's not a lot of like we're talking about. You look at like the guys who have been head coaches in the NBA or heads of basketball operation or guys who have been whatever. It's like Joe Burrow isn't a worse quarterback because he doesn't understand the salary cap. Okay. But maybe just stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Like Joe Burrow might just not be smart. Like he went to Ohio State and then LSU. He just might not be smart enough to be like, oh, you can't like, I feel like a lot of athletes have this idea of like, if the owners care, then they'll pay us. Everybody deserves to get paid. And it's like, but not everybody can get paid.
Yeah.
This isn't baseball.
Sure.
And so I'm not shitting on Joe Burrow for not understanding how the salary cap works, but Joe Burrow should shut the fuck up and be like, I'm not the fucking GM, put together the team that you want. Because I think if somebody sat down and explained it to Joe Burrow right now, and it's like, bro, you're hurt again because you demanded to pay your fucking receivers. Like, you are aware of that, right?
Yeah. Where it's not also not, there's not like a long-term thought there where some of these quarterbacks didn't have to make the most money, wanted to try to get a team around them. And then again, looking back at like legacies and all that stuff. You did allude to baseball. I'd like to pivot to baseball. Salary, the lack of salary cap. Which again, to bring it back to the Reds as well, was on full display in that series. Really two not close games.
Which is like, you know,
and I don't know if you saw, they were saying Hunter Green was tipping his pitches.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not really super shocking. Also, not sure it was like what made the difference.
Sure.
It's the Dodgers. You know, a lot of people, I got some DMs, I got some things, I got some angry dirt balls or just haters that were checking in on the Dirty Sports that probably don't ever listen, but wanted to be here for the Mets losing. And it was like this criticism of me, like, oh, you're not fucking owning it and you're not whatever. And it's like, guys, this is where we were at the last 3 months of the Mets season. Again, I know the majority of like casual sports fan thinks the Mets collapsed in the last week of the season, when the truth is the Mets collapsed from July 1st fucking on. And so I had already accepted the fate that best case scenario, we still get in the playoffs and then this fucking happens. Like, there was a point where the trading deadline happened and I was like, oh shit, we're back, baby. We literally, all we did is get fucking bullpen arms and center field help. We're back. But you take end of July all the way to the rest of the year. We were then at a point where it was like, dude, the last 3 weeks of the season, I'm like, we're playing the Dodgers if we get in. We're not beating the fucking Dodgers. And that's why my buddy said to me, he goes, you probably saved yourself $1,000 in 10 hours in traffic back and forth to 2 Mets games that they're not winning. And I'm like, you're probably right. So the thing is like, it's certainly a different situation between the Reds' existence and the Mets' existence. The Reds are on the come up. The Reds are a small market baseball team. The Mets were in the NLCS last year. The Mets have one of the highest payrolls in baseball and the richest owner in baseball. Two wildly different things. But you guys want me to fucking kill myself because the Mets didn't get in, where I was like, look, this is what was going to happen. They were going to go to LA and they were going to get beat up by a fucking great baseball team. And, you know, the Reds didn't really put up a fight. You'd like to see the Reds put up a fight, and I have no ill will toward the Reds as being the team that like took that last spot instead of the Mets. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, that somebody had to be in that spot. I would have preferred to see the Reds beat the Dodgers just because fuck the Dodgers. But I never expected it to happen because you're just outclassed.
I mean, that's the thing. And again, we talk about the broken system of Major League Baseball. But you look, it's broken, but you do have teams like the Brewers. Now, they haven't won anything. I guess that's all that matters. But it's like they're consistently making the playoffs with basically the same payroll. They had the best record in the National League.
Yeah, best record in baseball, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Best record in baseball. Hey, what's going on here with this Padres thing with the umps?
They're fucking. I mean, listen.
So let me, like, how bad is this call? See, I'll be honest. I never know with baseball. Like it looks like a ball. Hold on, let me go back. Like, how bad is this?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
I mean, listen, you get into this situation where, it's pretty bad, but it is a matter of inches. But also, that's your job.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're like, oh, fuck, what's it, it's a baby carrot off the plate. But it's like, but that's also your job. Your job is like, these guys aren't missing by a foot every time. Your job is literally to do that. I think the situation there is it's 3-1. It's the top of the ninth. Real bad time to miss that call.
Yeah. And then I'm sure you saw the players hanging out in the dugout when the umps left.
Yeah.
I don't know why it sounds so weird, but anyway. Have you ever seen anything like this? They're like going at the umps.
Needs to happen more. You
think?
In sports and otherwise. This is
But that's not why they lost the series, is my point.
It's not why they lost the series, but baseball is a fun game, Andy, where like it ain't over till it's over, to steal a fucking Yogi Berra. You come back in the ninth inning, you win that game. It's game 3 for the whole fucking shebang. I mean, they didn't lose the series on one pitch, but they also, it's a different situation. Like that inning, went on after that. It's not like that they went down fucking like, and that was it. It was out. Like that was a big fucking call, and it was a bad call, and it wasn't close. The pitch box thing, the thing with the pitch box is the pitch box can be deceiving because you have a situation where sometimes it's at a certain height and then it's lower, and then people go, oh, it missed by like an inch down. It's like, but did it cross the front of the plate there? Or did that was low and outside. Wasn't just low, wasn't just outside, it was low and outside. And the guy blew the call. And it's super frustrating when it feels like you're on the road, you're fighting for your playoff life, you're on the road, close game, bloop in a bomb ties that game, walk in a bomb ties that game, and you get hosed on a call. And this is kind of, like I said, baseball and otherwise, we for sure live in a society now where everyone, the powers that be, the richest of the rich, and this goes for baseball, that the owners of baseball, the commissioner of baseball, the owners in the NFL, the commissioners in the NFL, in basketball, in politics, in government, in whatever, they go, we have no accountability. So the umpire fucked it up. Fuck you. So what? Get fucked, losers. And really your only course of action is to get in their face and go, fuck you. You fucking blew it. You fucking suck. The whole like, oh, I'm going to fucking, oh, well, I guess that's it. I guess we just go home now because this guy can't fucking do his job.
Aren't they going, at least on challenges, aren't they going to, I don't even know what you call it, the robot ump, the AI ump, like they're going to that next year, correct?
I don't know. Is that official?
Think they are.
I mean, I know they were testing it in the minor leagues this year. Again, this is where we get into a situation where what happens, This is why.
Yeah. So
the umps and ump unions and whatever. So in the NFL, remember when the NFL went to pass interference? It lasted 1 year because NFL referees refused to change their mind, and it became embarrassing. And the NFL was like, "This is more embarrassing than just having bad calls. We're gonna stop every game." Then we're going to show how the refs were wrong. And then the refs are going to refuse to admit that they're wrong. Now we've had a break in the game and a further proof that this referee's a fucking piece of shit idiot. Here's the problem with robot challenges. Are these asshole fucking baseball cops now going to hold it against you that you showed them up by tapping your helmet and saying, I want to review it? Oh, now next time I got to come up, I got to make sure that I'm swinging at stuff even closer because we only get so many challenges in a game, and I can't challenge it again because I challenged the last time, and now this guy's going to fuck me. And again, this is the issue we have with a power dynamic where the umpires have to answer to fucking nobody. How about this? Performance-based salary. Like every other fucking thing in the world.
Yeah. They are going. So the challenge system is where they use the robot umps. It will start next year.
Yeah.
Humans will obviously continue to call balls and strikes, but teams have 2 challenges to appeal using the Hawkeye. The Hawkeye camera system. Players in the field, pitcher, catcher, and batter are the only ones who can initiate a challenge by tapping their helmet or cap. And the same thing, it retains 1 challenge if the appeal is successful. I don't know. I just like, in a weird way, baseball here is like almost a microcosm of AI for all of us. And by that, I mean, like, why not just go to it full time?
Right. Well, then you get the, I forget who it was. I think it was maybe, was it Jack Flaherty maybe? Who was talking about how pitchers, veteran pitchers and star pitchers should get those calls. We should get 2 inches off the plate.
Just like Jordan should get that call.
Yeah, we should get. It's like, fuck you.
Foul's a foul, ball's a ball, strike's a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're either trying to be fair or we're not. The same way, right? You don't make that call at that point of the game. Well, a pass interference is a pass interference.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's 4th and 15 in the playoffs. Did he drag the guy down by the jersey? Sorry. Did he hold him? Like that Chiefs Eagles game.
I'd rather
Super Bowl.
There be a rule where you go, hey, a ball's with above, below, and outside and inside each strike zone is still a ball. Then, oh, some pitchers get it because they've been in the league and they've put in their time and they've gotten to know this umpire, and they bought him a steak when they were both on the road in Cleveland together, and they saw him across the bar and they were like, hey, well, if that isn't Doug Melvin, the old fucking umpire, I'm going to send over a fucking scotch on the rocks that I knows he likes so I can get the low ball on my sinker. Get fucked.
Yeah. So we're on to what? The second round tomorrow.
Yep.
Thoughts, opinions right now?
Well, some performance by fucking Adolf Schlittler last night for the Yankees. That was a game. That was a nice performance by them. So, Yankees move on. Fun matchups coming up here. You know, you got an AL East, 2 teams that tied essentially atop the AL East, the Blue Jays and the Yankees. Blue Jays will have home field, which is nice. Fucking, I am both Terrence and Phillip for this series. Let's go. So go Blue Jays. I like the Mariners getting through the NL, the AL Central winner. Detroit, I mean, at least kind of overcoming what was a pretty horrific meltdown to lose them the division. So they move on, but I like the Mariners against Detroit. And then everybody's gonna say it's because you fucking hate the Phillies, bro. It was always the Dodgers for me this whole fucking year. You can go back to the very early part of the season where the question I asked to start Dirty Slides with Laz, is it just Dodgers versus the field? And we agreed it was. So I'm taking the Dodgers over the Phillies. And then the Cubs, listen, the Cubs winning a home series against the Padres. I picked the Padres in that series, but you're in Wrigley and you got the 3 games in Wrigley. Obviously, they took care of business, but that'll be a fun matchup. I think the exciting part of Brewers Cubs is division matchup. Brewers had to wait. Cubs have a home field exciting thing. Like, I think that'll level the playing field a little bit more than it was, because I think the Cubs probably feel some sort of momentum right now. Momentum is real and come down. I think I probably still like the Brewers, but I suddenly think that's going to be a better series than it would have been. So I'm going to take Brewers, Dodgers, Mariners, Blue Jays. But I'm most confident in the Mariners, and then the Dodgers, and then the Blue Jays, and then the Brewers, which is crazy because the Brewers had the best record in baseball. But again, division series, Craig Counsell, Wrigley Field's a factor. Should be fun.
And that's a big rivalry, obviously.
Big rivalry.
You know,
who's fatter and who likes more sausage?
Oh, that's some Midwest shit, man.
That's a Midwest. You talk about some Miller Lights getting consumed during a series. I mean, if there was betting odds on the series that the most Miller Lights would be consumed in, that series would be minus 400,000. You would have to bet. You would have to bet $4 million to win $1.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
There'd be a lot of Miller Lights consumed. In fact, I wonder if you could do. I know you could. I shouldn't wonder.
Count this one for the Dodgers-Phillies series, I guess.
Well, there you go. I was gonna say, I wonder how many Miller Lite cans, if you lined them up to connect Milwaukee and Chicago, since they're not that far from each other.
I bet you ChatGPT could do that for us.
Put that in. How many Miller Lite cans? Because I want to say, I mean, I don't know if I'm right on this. I want to say they're about 80 miles apart, right? I don't know exactly how far apart. I feel like it's around 80 miles.
I'm gonna go ballpark to ballpark.
Yeah, Miller Park to Wrigley Field, or whatever it's called now. How many Miller Lite cans is that?
Let's see. I feel like this should be a.
It should be like a commercial they should do.
Yeah. Do you think
follow the beer trail?
Do you think over under that many beers consumed? I probably during the series, but like at the series, certainly watching the series, it won't be close. Like people at home, if you factor in people by home, it won't even be close.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Well, guys, it's
about 84 miles.
Yeah, I was pretty close.
As the crow flies, 76 miles. So just over. For extra fun, 84 miles, just over 1 million cans.
1 million cans of Miller Lite. Okay.
Now, hold on. We got to do this. 7. So if you go 1 million divided by 7, that's 142,000 cans. That's how many 142,000 cans per game if this goes 7.
Okay.
Is it a 7-game series now or is it 5?
I think it's 5.
5?
right?
Is it 5 in this series? Probably. You're probably right. Or does it automatically go to 7 now because we got through this thing? We're gonna have to go
5.
Fuck. Okay. So divide by 5, that's easy. That's 200,000. Okay. So now let's go average ballpark size is let's call it 40. That means every single person in a 5-game series would have to drink 5 cans of Miller Lite. I don't think they could do it, but obviously this number will be decimated by all Brewers and Cubs fans watching.
Yeah. We'll pick it up, guys. Now's the time.
Now only 999,999 left because I'm having one for you guys right now.
Exactly. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
You know what, that would make that way more doable. And maybe this will happen next year. A Mets Brewers series, because I'm taking down 40,000 cans.
Yeah.
Responsibly, of course.
Yeah.
Only taking Wamos.
No, always responsible. I know that's very important to you, Joe.
About 92,000 cases is what they wanted us, what ChatGPT further wanted us to know.
God bless ChatGPT, man. It's got all the answers. Look at that. That's something you would never know. You just pull up your phone. You would never know that.
Why isn't Miller Lite? I'm not to throw out whatever. It's not. I'm not throwing them under the bus by any means. I'm more making a suggestion. Why not do this? Why not take 1 million cans and just lay them end to end?
Yeah. Make it happen, guys. I agree.
Ooh.
Those would be fun games to go to, though, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Just this time of year, starting to get that cold, brisk air.
Get a little October chill.
Yeah.
Miller Lite doesn't warm up so fast.
Nah, and then you warm up with one of them big old pieces of sausage.
Oh, yeah. Now, how many German sausages laid end to end? It's a better question. Harder to lay end to end because they got that curve in them,
Yeah, usually to the right, what I've been told. Do we want to make some picks?
Yeah, I'm ready. Now, let me ask you something before we move on from baseball. How much baseball did you watch of that Reds-Dodgers series?
Well, you want to hear the truth? Both games, when it got out of hand, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Then I was checking the score. I mean, it's just like they were down what? 8-0 and then 7-2. I'm just like, I don't know. It's depressing. Like I said, it's just like you're the bar. I said this last episode or last week, whenever I did. I just think the bar the bar is so low for people in this town. I find it utterly pathetic. I do. For the sports teams. Oh, you made the fucking playoffs, guys. Win a series, man. Just like that. I'm not even setting the bar that. Win a series. It's been 30 years. Win a series. Well, things are looking up. Based on what? You were 4 games above 500. Again, great manager. Like that can definitely go a long way. But you need, I mean, look, you know more about than me. But they need a bat, Joe, right? They need a bat. Like
well, so this is where you get some Cincinnati happening, right? So great manager, nice
little staff,
nice prospects coming up the last few years.
Yeah,
There's precisely 0.0000000% chance of winning a World Series if you build from a farm system and have a great manager. At some point,
You gotta get somebody.
You just go, we're close, nut up.
I agree.
If they're not going to do that, then there will be no chance.
Well, you saw that in that series, right? That I forget which game was it where they had bases loaded, no outs. They didn't get a single run.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everybody around here wants it. They're not going to do it. He's local. He's from Greater Cincinnati, Eric Middletown. Kyle Schwarber. I'm just saying. You need a bat? Like you said, nut up, throw him some money. Basically a hometown kid. Grew up 45 minutes away from the city.
The fact of the matter is, and I have a friend of mine who listened to our last episode, and he sent me a text saying, I want to come on Dirty Sports and talk to you about how your Dodgers, Yankees, Mets take is horrible and wrong and blah, blah, blah. I was like, great. I'm intrigued. I would love you to come on and explain to me why the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles from New York and prior to selling the team had one World Series win from the 50s to the early till 2020. Because it's really simple.
Did they was it two? Did they win two in the 80s?
And I think they won 88. Wasn't that it?
Didn't they win 80 or something?
Oh, you might be right. They beat the Yankees in 80. They beat the Yankees in 80.
81.
81. Okay, 2 World Series. But we're talking about from the 50s to 2020.
I know what you're saying.
They had 2 World Series. And we're not a consistently in the mix team. Like you could say, if you go around the National League, there's probably 5 teams that were more consistently good. And now they're in it every fucking year because they spend money now. It's like baseball system is just that simple. It's just that fucking simple.
But it's not just baseball. Ownership, I mean, that's kind of been our theme for a while now. Ownership matters.
Yeah, ownership matters because
look at Washington Commanders.
Yeah, ownership matters because you have to say, you can't just come in and say, we're just going to spend money. You also have to you have to do it right. You have to build a farm system, and then you have to be ready to take that money and add to that team when the time comes. And you guys have built a nice little farm system. A lot of those guys have come into the big leagues and worked out. You have a great manager. At some point, you're going to have to take some big swings at the deadline, in free agency, or else it's a fun situation. You want to talk about the best record in baseball this year was the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee Brewers have been consistently good over the past 10-ish seasons. They haven't won.
Yeah. It's true. But they go for it, right? They've like you said, I mean, you could even go farther back where like they make the trades and you're like, oh.
They go for it, but they're also not big spenders.
No.
So, probably what Milwaukee's missing with the way they've built their team so far is saying, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because Yelich went there and won an MVP, but Yelich, they fucking traded. He was a
Marlin.
They traded for him. They didn't go out and get a proven guy. So it'll be interesting, It'll be interesting. 97 wins in the most in baseball this year. Is there anybody out there that's like, I think it's the Brewers' year?
No, you don't hear much of that. All right, you want to pop on these picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pretty rough week, I think, for both of us last week. This year has been tough, man.
Well, I was thinking about it today. or yesterday. Sorry, let me reply to this real quick.
I think it's been a tough year.
I was thinking about it. So we've gone through. Sorry.
All good.
What's that, man?
I know for me, as Joe's doing that. I know for me,
back. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. I've been struggling just to like. Normally, I take a lot of underdogs. I've been struggling that. Then this year, there's teams where I'm like they suck, and then they show up. Like,
well, that's what I was about to say. So we've gone through in the years of doing this show. I usually get to a point right about this time of year where I set aside 2 or 3 teams, and I'm like, fuck them. I hate them. No matter what happens, I'm going to fucking pick wrong against them. It feels like that's half the league this year. It feels like half the league, you can't figure out what they're going to give you week in and week out. Are the Cardinals good? Are the Jaguars good? Are the Broncos good? Are the Ravens good? Are like, I mean, there's 12 teams, and I'm like, from week to week, I don't trust you at all against any opponent. I don't know who you took in your suicide this week.
Well, who are you taking?
I took the Cardinals, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself, like this, because the Lions against the Bengals, but it's in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
I'm like, the Cardinals at home. Here comes my first strike, because are the Cardinals good? I don't think so.
Yeah. I know. I mean, even that Bills, as you look at the suicide poll, like Bills are 8.5.
I forget who are they at this week?
They're at home against New England. It's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, right. Division game, Sunday night.
Yeah, it's tough. It has been tough to pick.
But even like, dude, you go back and forth. Like, if I was betting, if I was like, I'm not picking. This is more of a forget our picks. We're making a pick on every game, but for my gambling, I do this every year. I set aside teams. I'm like, no more. I don't fuck with the Falcons. The Falcons aren't getting shut out by the fucking Panthers and then beating the Commanders the next week or whatever the fuck it was. I'm done. I'm not. When it comes to my money's not going anywhere near the fucking Falcons. But there's 6 teams I feel that way about, including the Commanders, including the Raiders, including the Jaguars. I feel like the only thing you can count on right now is that the Tennessee Titans fucking suck.
So she's taken the Broncos, Ravens, Lions, and Seahawks so far. We go Brittany and her thing? Remember, because I picked for her.
Right.
She's actually texting me right now. I said, we're discussing it on the show.
And so wait,
she's taken, again, my picks. Broncos, Ravens, Lions, Seahawks so far.
Oh, that's who she's taken thus far.
That she can't use.
Right. Got it.
So, I mean, I tend to agree with you. But let me ask you this: Who do you have more faith in? The Colts at home?
Do I have faith in? I don't have faith in the Colts.
No, that's what I'm asking. Who would you have more faith at home? The Colts or the Cardinals?
Well, who the Colts got this week?
The Raiders.
Yeah, bro. I took fucking Genty in my fantasy league. The dude was on the bench last week. Dude scored 4 touchdowns or whatever. It's like the Raiders. I don't have confidence that the Raiders make it to the game. But if they do, maybe they win in fucking Indianapolis.
Yeah. All right, well, let's look at our picks here. Vikings, Browns. Cheerio, back in London. Vikings have been there for 2 weeks. They've been in the UK. You know that?
Oh.
First team to ever do that.
Did they go from Dublin to England?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dylan Gabriel making his first start for the Browns against the Vikings. Shador Sanders is still QB3, which is kind of hilarious considering he wanted no part of the Ravens, and maybe he could have been in that fold to play this year, given Lamar Jackson's health.
Yeah.
Vikings are a 3.5-point favorite. Vikings D is tough, bro.
Vikings are a 3.5-point favorite in London versus the Browns.
Rookie making his first start ever.
3-point favorite, you said.
3.5.
A 3.5. Still Wentz, right?
Still Carson Wentz. So you're good for at least one turnover.
They've been there for 2 weeks. That's a factor. This is a tough one.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you still have Carson Wentz against the Cleveland defense.
Defense is legit.
I think it's like a 6-0 game though, because the Vikings defense is good. You have a rookie quarterback. You're the Browns. I'll take the Vikings. I think I took Pittsburgh last week because of the travel. Now I'm going to take the Vikings, who have been there and didn't have to travel.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Bro, my fucking...
I can't. I don't know. Rookie quarterback, man.
Yeah.
I just can't. We'll see. All right. Raiders, Colts. We just talked about it. I mean, this is a big spread, man. It's a big. I know the Raiders have not looked good. 6.5-point spread. West to east. 6.5-point spread.
This is my point, Andy.
I'm taking the Raiders. I hate it.
I'm also taking the Raiders. Meanwhile, I'm taking the Raiders while simultaneously feeling like, don't ever take the Raiders. Normally, this would be I'm out on the Raiders. I'm not touching the Raiders. Stay away from the Raiders. But if I took that strategy with every team I feel that way about now, I would have no way of picking football games. So against my better judgment, I'm taking the Raiders.
So we're both going to take the Raiders. Interesting. All right. Your New York Giants are 2.5-point underdogs in New Orleans.
Listen, which teams I don't want to touch. Include my Giants and the Saints. But this might be me being a Giants fan. I understand them having no confidence in the Giants, but where does any confidence in the Saints come from here? Reckless, don't care. I think the Giants win this game. Money line pick.
I'm not picking the Saints to win until they win. Giants.
Here's one thing, okay? Jackson Dart is very much an unknown commodity.
Yes.
Right? We don't know what Jackson Dart is going to be. Last week, he played a good Chargers team. He got a win. Trap game. New Orleans has a great home field advantage. Jackson Dart, very much an unknown commodity. Can he go to New Orleans and win? I don't know. Here is what is a known commodity. Spencer Rattler has been in the league for 2 seasons and has not won a football game. Jackson Dart has been in the league 6 days and has more wins.
Yeah. Cowboys Jets. Oh, another good one. At MetLife, Cowboys are 1.5-point favorites. I'm taking Cowboys.
This feels like the easiest pick of the week. This feels like it was a little scary because it's the Cowboys and they're at MetLife. That's why I didn't take them in the suicide pool. But the Cowboys have an offense. Their defense is trash, but they could very well lose this game. But
yeah, I agree.
But 1.5 seem. I would say here's what I would say about this game. I'd still take the Cowboys if it was 4.5, and I'd be like, Cowboys could lose this game. I'd still take the Cowboys if it was 6.5, but I'd be like, Cowboys could lose this game. The fact that it's only 1.5, though, I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Same. All right, Broncos Eagles. This one is in Philly. Broncos had their get-right game against the Bengals. Philly's a 3.5-point favorite.
I'll take the Broncos to cover the half-point hook. Good defense. Jalen Hurts threw for 0 completions. Well, I mean, you want to talk about fucking? You tell me that Mac Jones couldn't complete 0 passes the second half for the Eagles? I love the Jalen Hurts stands. I love them. I fucking love them. I'm embarrassed for them, but I love them.
Damn, we keep picking the same games. If that half point for me was well, if the Broncos D can play how they should. Okay, Dolphins, Panthers, 2-1-3 teams. Miami's a 1.5-point favorite. No Tyreek Hill. Does it really matter? I'm going to take the Dolphins to win and cover.
It's in Miami?
No, it's in Charlotte.
Just to mix it up, since we have the same picks, I would have picked Miami, but I'll pick Carolina because fuck it. Both of these, again, 2 teams I would not fucking touch with any sort of financial investment, but I don't have to make one here. Fucking Panthers, unbelievable, shutting out the Falcons and then just getting shit on. But this could be the end of Mike McDaniel. And it should be the end of Tua.
Yeah, well, that whole experiment hasn't worked out at all. And it should be the end of all these guys.
What's the experiment?
Whatever the Dolphins were trying to do. Like stack on offense. I mean, look, they had Tyreek Hill, they paid Tua, Waddle. It's just like I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what this experiment was.
Joe Burrow can't wait to get traded there and take over the job. He's like, oh man, if I just had Mike McDaniel and Tyreek coming off his injury and Waddle and HN and no defense and oh man, I could get concussed too. It'd be great.
And then
dude, can you imagine the Batmobile on South Beach? Let's go. Joe Burrow keeping it cold in Miami.
And then from Carolina, remember, everybody's like, oh, what's his name? God,
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. Oh, he had that revival last year. He's playing bad this year. Like, dude, you're year 3, man.
Listen,
Is this another product of a situation?
I think so, but also, again, and this is what I've said about guys in these situations. I can judge you being good in a bad situation, but I can't judge you being bad. I know for a fact, right, that Bryce Young's better than he looks. I don't know that Bryce Young is good, but I know that the fucking Carolina Panthers stink and have given him no fucking help. And I'm not saying he's good, but hopefully he's not out of football before we get to find out. Also, by the way, I look forward to him going 4-0 with the Niners or the Rams in 3 years. And then getting signed by Miami for $45 million, or the Jets, or the Raiders.
All right. Texans, Ravens. It's the Cooper Rush show for Baltimore.
Wow.
2.5 road faves for Houston. This is like a must win, definitely for the Ravens.
Well, it's a must win for the Texans, too.
Both. Yeah. Are you up first or me? You are.
2.5 point road favorites. I'm going to do it. I'm taking Baltimore to Cooper Rush the ball with Derrick Henry all day.
I think Baltimore wins the game.
Yeah.
I know their D sucks. I think they have the worst. I think they give them the most points in the.
I think that this is a perfect situation to be a backup quarterback and be like, our defense sucks. Let's keep them off the field. This is the Derrick Henry show. Now, Houston's defense can be good at times.
I agree.
So can they scheme to counter that?
He's not the worst backup. I mean, he won some games in Dallas.
Right.
What's his record? Cooper Rush's record. He's 9-5 as a starter.
ChatGPT, how many Cooper Rushes laying end to end would it take to get from Houston to Baltimore?
I mean, he's 9-5 as a starter. Like, is he Matt Castle light? Like, what are we doing here? I think Baltimore wins. Their D better show up.
I would just like to say, from a gambling standpoint, I hate that pick for both of us. But I'm glad
I do too.
I'm glad we're both on the same one.
Okay, Titans, Cardinals. 7. You know, I think this is kind of, you're taking them. I'm probably leaning that way. Cardinals are 7.5 point favorites. What's the closest they've come? So these are their losses on the year.
The closest game was game 1.
It is,
right?
Yeah, 20-12. 33-19, 41-20, and 26-0.
It's in Arizona.
It is.
Bro, the Titans fucking stink, dude.
They suck, bro. They suck.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, can you imagine? This is
the worst take in Dirty Sports history.
But hold on.
Alex
You want to know why hosting a sports podcast is maybe one of the worst jobs that you can have these days, because this is what these, like Bill Simmons used to say when he would actually write a column. These are my readers. The world is filled with people who are like, get Mike Vrabel the fuck out of here. Titans fans were filled with, I've had enough of Mike Vrabel. Each and every one of those people should fucking kill themselves. And I don't mean that in a Theo Von way where I'm like kind of joking. That's a fun existence we live in now. Theo Von has to do a podcast telling people he's not suicidal.
Bro, I don't even know what to make of everything.
I know, it's great. It's the world we live in today is like, sometimes if you don't practice comedy, sometimes you just bomb. I don't think we have to have a mental health discussion around it. Personally, I wouldn't do a Netflix special if I wasn't ready, but I just... All right, well, now you got to tell the whole world you're not going to kill yourself. All right, dog.
From a stage in Riyadh.
Yeah.
Is it Riyadh or Riyadh?
Riyadh. Body, yaddy, yaddy, Riyadh, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy.
I'm up. This is a tough one. I want to take the Titans, but I'm not. I just can't in good conscience, even though it's 7.5.
Not a tough one for me. I'm absolutely taking the fucking. Do you know what normally my take here would be? It's my suicide pick, so I'm gonna sweat it. Not this time.
Okay.
By the way, here's what I'm gonna do because it feels like I'm saying stay away from everything. And a lot of people DM me every weekend. People DMing me all the time on my fucking picks. I'll be honest with you guys. I am in the black this NFL season, but we're hanging on by a thread. I think I'm a couple $100 into the black. I'm not exactly crushing it this NFL season, but I'm going to take our picks, Andy. I'm going to take my picks and I'm going to throw them in our Substack chat sometime before kickoff on Sunday. I'm going to throw I'll just tell you guys what I'm betting for the weekend. And spoiler, this is one of them.
All right. Bucks Seahawks. This should be a fun one.
Yeah.
This one is in Seattle. The Hawks are 4.5-point favorites. You're up first or am I?
I am up first.
You're up first.
I'll take the Bucks.
I agree. I will take the Bucks as well.
What is it? Would you say it was 3.5?
It's 4.5.
4.5, even better.
Yeah.
Backdoor Baker. Baker prior to fucking the worst decision I've ever seen a quarterback make that wasn't somebody who played on the Jets or Nathan, whatever the fuck his name was. Peterman. As a cover machine.
He is. All right. Let's try to mow through these if we could.
This kid's got a baby napping.
No, she's up and I don't feel like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm not stressing, but I don't feel like dealing with it. I got her muted, so I don't want to hear if she's whining. She's not a baby, she's a toddler. She'll take a minute to wake up. I have these kids down.
Are you there alone, baby toddlers in a crib somewhere?
Yeah, she's in a crib upstairs.
Okay.
And
she's starting to rustle around.
No, she's like fully sitting upright.
Oh, okay.
I can actually talk to her through the camera. It's pretty creepy. It's like some Big Brother shit.
Yeah.
Isla, go back to sleep. Daddy, this is your dad. Go back to sleep. Where is it, God?
Have I talked to you about my buddy Dave Briggs lives and dies by this stoplight nightlight thing? When his kids were it was you can set a timer on it and it's green when it's time to get up and red before that. And he trained his kids. He was until that light is green, you're in bed. And then he was all about it. He's and then they learned it.
No, I can see that working.
She'd wake up right now and she'd see that light's red and she'd be like, all right, I'll lay down for another minute.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
All right,
working.
Let's mow through it though, because you don't have a stoplight system yet.
No, but perfect timing. Bengals Lions. Again, this started, it's moved down. It was 10.5. It's now 9.5 Detroit. Again, you asked me the Broncos game, can I see the Bengals winning? I'm like, yeah. Again, this is one of those games where I'm like, am I shocked if the Bengals come out at home and keep it relatively close? No. Would I be shocked if they win at this point? Yeah. Dude, I'm going Lions. I know that's a massive spread.
I'm also going the Lions.
The Bengals, you know what's weird? The Bengals offense is arguably the worst in the NFL right now. If you factor in yards, rushing yards, passing yards, points per game.
And their defense, also not good.
That's what I was about to say. The defense is awful.
Yeah.
It's in a weird way, it's lost in the mix. All right, so we're both taking Lions. All right, Commanders, Chargers. Oh, this is another good one. This one's in LA. Chargers are 3.5-point favorites. You're up first.
I think it's a Chargers bounce back win, but I also think that with the lack of, with all the offensive line injuries, et cetera, and the half-point hook, I'm going to take Washington.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take Washington as well. All right, Patriots, Bills, 7.5. It's too big of a spread for me. That's Sunday Night Football. We just talked about Mike Vrabel. I like him as a coach. I think They're on the up. You know, they're only 2-2, but I like where they're going. I like Drake May so far. I'm going to take the Patriots to cover.
Same.
And then our Monday Night Football game, Chiefs, Jags. Oh, everybody's in the Jags. I don't know if you've seen this. Everybody. Oh, Liam Cohen, the fiery new head coach. And win it, Robert Saleh. Oh, la, 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 la. Don't fucking care. 3.5. Chiefs win. Chiefs cover.
Where is the game? In Arrowhead?
No, it's in Jacksonville. Don't
wow,
care.
It's 3.5.
Trevor Lawrence is good for a pick or two.
Well, I'm going to take the Jags. I
Okay.
do think the Chiefs win that game, but in Jacksonville on a Monday night.
Go Chiefs.
I hate
game.
that. I want to kill myself
Yeah.
that I just picked that, but I'm going to pick it. But also, it's a tailored album drop weekend, so fuck, Travis is going to be all kinds of distracted.
This has a Chiefs defensive touchdown written all over it in my head. I don't know why. I just feel it's going to happen.
I think this has a Travis 2 fumbles, Taylor album drop, Travis drops. How many drops does Travis have more drops than Taylor has songs in the top 10? No, because she'll have all of them. She's going to have the entirety of the top 10 by Monday.
Yeah, we'll be rocking.
How many times does it go platinum on streams versus Travis drops? Oh, it's hard.
We'll be rocking her album on loop here. In my
Will you be?
No. But I'll have to deal with it at some point.
Is your girl will give it a listen?
No, not Brittany.
Oh.
I'm just projecting my kids in the future. 2 girls.
You do have white Midwest daughters. At some point they're gonna discover pumpkin spice lattes and Taylor Swift.
100%. Like that's inevitable. Yeah. That's just inevitable. She's gonna be at school or her friend's mom when they went to soccer practice. That's how it's gonna happen.
And she's gonna come home and she's gonna be like, I was in the car and then we went to the bar, and you're gonna be like, are you singing Taylor Swift?
All right, those are our picks. Hotline 859-832-0478.
Follow me at Joe Prano on all social media. I got a bunch of shows coming up this weekend. Tonight I'll be at the Westside Comedy Theater in Santa Monica. Tomorrow I'll be down in Carlsbad, California, North County, San Diego, doing Comedy Juice at Playgrounded. Cool little spot down there. Come see that. I'll be up in Tahoe in a couple of weeks for the Boys and Girls Club charity golf tournament and show. Saturday night at the Barrel Room in South Lake Tahoe will be the comedy show. Come to that. Vegas in November. Lots of show. Working with Jay Moore at Comedy and Magic Club on October 16th before I head up to Tahoe. So come see that. All those shows and more, joeprano.com, at Joe Prano on all social media. And Joe List on the brand new More Stories from Inside Jay's House that gave me this TMS in my eye. So check that out on Tuesday. And follow us on Substack. Even if you're a free subscriber, I'm going to drop my picks. I'm going to drop my bets in our Substack chat before Sunday kickoff.
Cool. Yeah, that's it. Beware of hand, foot, mouth out there to all my parents. You don't want it. It is brutal. I had a girl home all week.
Brutal.
Yeah. Good times. All right, that's the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. As always, stay dirty.